Hello guys, this is Elijah from Canadian Outdoor Bushcraft with Elijah, and today we are going to, today I'm going to be making a video on how to make, I'm not exactly sure what it's called, but I guess it's like, on a bow drill, you have the spindle, then you actually have the bow part itself, then you have the board where you drill into, and then you have the top part where your hand goes onto. And the main issues that I found when I've tried doing it is the top part is, where you hold on to on your hand is it's very difficult, I find, to hold on to it, and for like that piece to spin in it, it's very hard, and I just find that difficult. So today I thought of a pretty cool design, and what it is, it's a ball bearing, just like this one right here, just a plain ball bearing in a piece, and this is your top piece. So basically, when you have your sharpened end stick, because you don't want a lot of, I guess, pressure being on it, so you want it to be pointy. So you take that and you put it in this hole right here, and it spins. So then when you put this on your hand like this, there will be no friction at all, because the piece of wood will be sitting in this, which means that it will be a lot smoother, because the ball bearing, right, it spins, and it's supposed to spin pretty good, like a fidget spinner or whatever. You can just take a ball bearing from that or whatever, but you just stick it in there, the end of your stick, and then you can spin freely, and it works really good. So I have tried it, and it does work a lot better than just having like a piece of wood there with just like a little bit of an indentation in it. This helps so much better, and it's just way better. So we're going to get into making it, but what you're going to need is, you're going to need a wood. This is just maple. I've used maple for this one. Just a piece of maple. So you can use any wood you'd like, but I just have maple for today. And then have ball bearing. Doesn't matter what type it is or anything, obviously. Just a ball bearing you're going to need. And then for tools, you're going to need a drill with a drill bit that is like the same size as this. And then you're going to need, I'd recommend a vise, bench vise or whatever, to clamp the piece of wood in when you are drilling it. And then pretty much, since I didn't have a proper drill bit that didn't perfectly fit the size of this, I actually had to sort of drill out the hole using another drill bit going around the edges after I drilled the hole. So it wasn't perfectly sized. So what I've done here, if it will focus there, is I've just put electrical tape around the ball bearing and then put it in. But it may come out. It's a little bit loose right now, I think. But the only thing is that I don't mind it being loose, because this maple is actually maybe a week, or not even, like maybe like 3 or 4 days cut down. So it is still pretty moist, so this wood will dry and harden around it and keep this steady in there. So I have no problem with that. So just keep that in mind. Like, don't drill a hole that's like super tiny for your thing if you have wet wood, because then it may crack and break. So maybe drill a little bigger hole and then put tape in there, because the tape will get squished or whatever. So that's what I've done. So we're going to get into the first step of making your thing. So what you're going to want to do is measure out size. What I've done is, you can see the size here compared to that. Just enough, just so obviously you can get it in there without going through the other side. And just a good sized piece that will fit in your hand. If you have bigger hands or smaller hands, obviously you're going to base it on that, right? So you can just cut your piece there, and I'll go do that now, and then I'll show you what to do next. Okay, so now that you've cut your piece of wood, so I've cut mine here, roughly to about like the same width as my other one. Pretty much the same. But I've left the bark on this one. May take it off later. But so now what you're going to do is that, since you can trace it if you want, I recommend that if you have an exact drill bit that is the perfect size of this ball bearing, then I recommend tracing it on there, because it's the exact size. But I don't have the exact sized drill bit, so I'm just sort of going to just roughly do it. But pretty much I'm just using my hand drill, and the only thing is with this, I only have 2 bits for this at the moment, but this is, it's not big enough. So what I'd recommend, if you, like me, and you don't have a big enough drill bit for it, I'd recommend like the closest sized one that you have to your ball bearing. then you drill a hole, and then you can take an electric drill with just like a normal size bit, and then what you do is you just take it, and then you just drill along the edges, sort of like what do you call it, like a CNC router or whatever, like one of those, how they carve it out, where you sort of use just a normal drill bit to do that, after you get a hole though, and then you can sort of use that to carve it out for the exact design. And then once again, if it doesn't always fit, well, since I'm using wet wood, I just put the tape in there, and then when the wood fully dries, it will contract against the thing, against the ball bearing, and the tape will sort of squish in there and keep it nice and tight in there. So that's not a problem with me or whatever. But if you do have dry wood, you're going to want to, I guess, if it's already fully dry, you're going to want to, when you drill the hole, you're going to want to make sure that it's tight in there. And if it is loose, then, you know, that's not going to be good, obviously. But if you're going to have dry wood, you're going to want to make sure that you have an exact, good fitting hole for your ball bearing. So I'm going to drill the hole, and then we will see how the hole turns out, and I will show you how to fit it in there, and everything. Okay, so I've drilled my hole in this one. It turned out so much better, the hole. I think that looks pretty good, actually. A lot better than my first one, but... So here is the ball bearing. As you can see, it fits pretty good in there. That actually fits perfect in there, as you can see. Pretty flush with it. It needs to go in just a little bit more. And it's not too tight, actually. Like, you could probably bang it out, but that's alright. I'm going to leave it like that and wait till the wood dries even more, and then it will be super nice and tight in there. But this was the video, I guess. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to name this video yet, because I'm not sure what these things are called. But I'll figure out what these things are called if they have a name. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video on how to make these things, because I think they're super useful. They're good little presents, too. Actually, I made 2 of them, because I'm going to give one to my friend, Black Cherry Bushcraft. He's actually learning or getting pretty good at doing the bow drill. So he will like one of these, actually. He'll find it very useful. But they're actually pretty easy to make, too. Like, this video is, what, only... So, like, I guess it's probably going to end at, like, maybe 8:30 or whatever. 8 minutes and 30 seconds, but pretty much you could probably make one of these if you weren't obviously filming like me or whatever, and you knew what you were doing, and you already had the plans made. You could probably make one in like 5 minutes. And a good one, too. Like, you don't need anything too special or too good looking, right? Because a lot better than just a normal piece of log over the top. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video and hopefully found this video useful. And hopefully you guys make one of these, at least a couple of you guys hopefully will make some of these and use them. And sorry, I'm not going to be showing a test on showing you like me using them or anything, because I'll let you guys do that, because I've already tried it and they work good. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it useful once again. And thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to me and follow me on Instagram. Sorry. Canadian Outdoor Bushcraft with Elijah, and also go give Black Cherry Bushcraft a follow. He's got a new Instagram page, and yeah, so thank you for watching this video. See you guys later.